Here at Alternate Reality, we have a first day sale, and in that first day sale, I pick 7 books, and I mark them at 40% off on the day they first come out. That's right, New Comic Day. And those Magnificent 7 are made up of 4 comics and 3 trade paperbacks. Now, that's every week here at the store, so be sure to stop down and save 40% off 7 of the hottest new titles that are going to ship this week.
So, why does he like this book? Here's Sweet Dan with some more comic reviews.
Pardon me for interrupting.
Hey folks, how you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome to my video outhouse. It's time once again for
Sweet Talking with Sweet Dan Sweet and Comic Book Man in his video outhouse,
which is located at Alternate Reality down in Mount Greenwood at 111th and Kedzie, in the south side of Chicago, and at Alternate Reality. All new comics are always 15% off every day for everyone, including
me.
Dun, 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 the Terminator!
Yes!
Terminator! Dark Horse is relaunching or got a hold of or pushing the Terminator franchise, and this is their first issue. And how is this different from the Beckett Comics Terminator, from the Marvel Comics Terminator, from the IDW ever have Terminator? I forget. He has been through more comic book companies in the last 20 years.
RoboCop versus Terminator.
Yeah, RoboCop versus Terminator.
I know Disney had him for a minute.
Yeah, Disney had him for 10 minutes. How is this one compared to all the rest?
I enjoyed this, and I don't have a lot of stock in the furniture business. The Terminator franchise.
I don't
See how I transposed those 2 first letters and it turned into something completely different? Anyway, this takes place before the first Terminator movie in the future.
In the future.
What the?
So before Kyle Reese ever gets sent back by John Connor to protect John Connor.
Okay. From the first movie.
Sarah Connor, I should say. Protect Sarah Connor so that John Connor can be born.
Yes.
He's in the future fighting T-600s.
T-600s.
Which are the predecessors to the T-800s, which look like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'm getting a headache.
Yeah, I know. So anyway, this basically follows Kyle and a group of
survivors. Sounds like an
X-book. You know what it is? It's a lot like Walking Dead.
Okay.
Where it's a group of survivors making their way around, trying not to get killed by robo people.
As opposed to
zombie people. You know what I mean? And really it's the ascension of the Skynet mainframe, creating the T-800s, and basically waging all-out war against this refugee camp of humans. And then I guess it's going to culminate with Kyle Reese going back in time. You have to imagine.
So this is the Kyle Reese story, essentially.
Yes.
It's all
where his motivation is for the man you see in Terminator, the original movie.
Okay.
Couple issues I have with this. I don't care about Terminator. I never really did. It was a cool movie when I was a kid. Scared the crap out of me. T2, I was like 13 maybe. Thought it was the coolest movie in the world. It was. It really was at the time. It blew everything away, as most James Cameron stuff does when it comes out. Then you had T3.
It was the Avatar for its day.
It was, with the liquid guy and stuff. That was really cool. Yeah, you got T3, and then you had the latest one, Terminator, Who Gives a Crap.
Yes. 4.
Yeah, and I guess rumor is they're trying to do it again. Joss Whedon made the famous $10,000 offer to buy the Terminator franchise.
Well, there's the whole thing in media news, which JR.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you. He's around.
And I have done news stories on about the Terminator franchise being up for sale, and how, at least last I heard, and this might be an update, last I heard they still hadn't been bought yet. Even
because nobody cares.
Because I don't know why, but nobody seems to show any love for Terminator.
Yes, the Terminator franchise has been purchased. We covered that comic book.
Oh, we did?
Yes, we did.
Okay,
go to the archives.
Yes, go to the archives and look it up.
Go to the Media News archives because it's in there someplace.
Well, I mean, and amongst those movies, you had the
Who bought it?
TV series.
A very small company that outbid Sony.
Okay.
A very small company can outbid Sony, apparently. Really, I never had any stock in these characters, and the problem is they're robotic villains. Yeah. There's no real motivation other than they're just robots, and we're afraid of them. You know what I mean?
Well, the robots are turning against humanity. It's the classic man versus machines.
I get it, but at the same time, I've seen it done so many times before, and I don't know. I like the book. The book looks great. It's written really well. But like I said, to me, the best, most interesting part of a villain is his motivation. You know what I mean? You have emotionless, cold, non-speaking robots.
Yeah. Well,
So
being produced by Skynet.
which is why I compared it to Walking Dead, because it's zombies are zombies. They eat people. That's
So
what they do.
so it's a book about people fighting against a force of nature.
More or less force of nature.
You can't give a hurricane any personality, and you can't give these robots any sort of personality.
And that's
or
kind of what you
zombies.
have. But I think the really cool part is the human relationships that exist and that grow and develop just within this first issue. You kind of see who is going to turn out to be a leader and who's going to turn out to be cannon fodder. You get a good idea of it, and I don't know, it kind of piqued my interest in Terminator enough to where I'd come back for more of this. I wouldn't want to read more about Arnold or grown-up John Connor, but Kyle Reese is one of those characters you don't really know too much about, and you could potentially have some interesting stuff happen before the inevitability that, Terminator Run takes place.
Right.
So, I mean, it's one of those filler stories where you kind of already know what's going to happen to the character because you've already seen what happens to him.
Yeah.
But, hopefully they'll make something suspenseful happen in the meanwhile.
So how's the art?
Art is great. The art is phenomenal. It's illustrated and colored really well. For some reason, the guy's Andy McDonald. Andy McDonald illustrates it. And I didn't mention, Joss Whedon made the offer for Terminator. His brother writes the book.
This book here.
Zach Whedon.
Yeah.
Zach Whedon, who I think was a part of the Dr. Horrible stuff, which I liked a whole lot. So, I thought it was a good take on Terminator as opposed to all the crap that we've had shoveled upon us since, 1992?
Right.
So, yeah.
The thing that surprised me about this book is I sold out of it here at the store. This is a subscriber's copy. Thank you very much, subscriber.
Yeah.
It'll go back.
We're not going to tell who.
It'll go back into your bin.
It's got prints all over it.
Actually, it's Bo's. But
I got chicken and waffle grease all over it.
Don't tell Bo it's his copy.
Spinach.
But this is a subscriber copy because I sold out of it here at the store, and I didn't really under order on it. I ordered more than I would normally order, but not by a lot, based on previous sellings of Terminator. But I sold out of it, so that surprised the heck out of me. But I did.
Terminator's hot right now, I guess. I don't get it.
I think it had probably more to do with the Whedon name on it than anything else.
Hey, you know what, dude? He wrote a solid Terminator comic.
Yeah.
I can't say I've read anything else by Zach Whedon, but he wrote a solid Terminator comic, and Terminator is the background character as opposed to the main character. So that's probably why it works so well.
Okay.
So I like it.
Okay, so this is a thumbs up.
Get it?
Stop by the store. I'm going to reorder it, so I'll have more copies in. But you can read this review on the store's website.
Come by and borrow Bose.
And
read the
borrow
comic.
He loves loaning out his comics.
He won't pick it up for a month and a half or 2 months. So it'll
Stack
still be
is
down here.
like this, I swear to God.
But you can read his reviews at the store's website, which is at...
The usual. www.myalternatereality.com.
So, stop off at the store's website and read all of Sweet Dan's reviews on all sorts of comics, not just Terminator comics, all sorts of comics. But until next time, this is Comic Book Man
And this is Sweet Dan.
saying, bye! Damn, I better get started! Alternate Reality is located at 3149 West 111th Street. That's the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in Chicago, the beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood neighborhood. You can always reach us at 773-881-HERO or at the store's website, www.myalternatereality.com.